This guy never woke up, and now he never will. Wow, 4 death yaks. Oh, why would you? Wandered exactly away. This. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's not that hot. And it's... I wonder if I could do well... I wonder if I could do... I mean, I don't need to actually kill them now, but... I wonder if I could do well with some... See what Serpent Slash will do. Not that impressive. I mean, it definitely did a lot of damage, but the problem is I can do it again. I can chain it. Just, it's a pretty costly piety-wise. Well, it can work. It can work for 1v1 if you don't mind spending the piety. Those damage increases are pretty big. It'd work a little bit better if we just had like a bunch of EV, but... could get the job done. Probably better than Dazzling Spray, to be honest. Because I'm not really finding any other use for the piety. I'm going to try that again, just for sake of science. You're just going to... Yep, that's what you do. Figures. Probably he was walking with the rest of his pack. Yeah, I definitely can't try to take on all these guys. Let's try a blink. Yeah, that's actually cool. Slash, bam, bam. Yeah, it's not that good. We need another one. Basically, I need to. I mean, I could use the top tier one, but that's even more costly is the problem. Yeah, so it can work. You probably want to chain Serpent Slash. It's just a little bit expensive, though. It's probably doable. Overall, it's probably better than trying Dazzling Spray, because that was just quite unreliable. Yeah, Hexer Ancestor is very strong. That's probably just the best one. It's strong like initially, and it's pretty good throughout the whole game. It does like mass confuse all the time, and does like decent melee stuff. I've only have one Hep win. It's not a god that I like hugely love or anything, but it's sort of the part that I don't like is that it's an ally god, but the ally feels so samey. Like it does change over time, but the allies are more fun to me if there's a lot of variability to them. That's kind of why I like summon spells, because you get to choose all these different kinds of monsters you make. That becomes less relevant over time, though. How much, it's sort of somewhat, to some extent, less interesting, but... Alright, so we're already done through D. Yeah, so now we're going into Orc. We might get some stabs off, but yeah. Really, man, if I found Invis, that would rule. Let's confuse the nasty stuff. These Orcs are generally easier to deal with. do have an invis pod. It might be pretty good for these stairs, to be honest. Want to waste invis on this? What is my... Okay, cool. We're pretty well set for dealing with orc sorcerers. We have as much MR as we could reasonably hope to have. Let's see what we get from this. Okay. Let's try a blink. That'll work. Let's try some digging. Oh yeah, good stuff. Now what we can do is just sort of make another quick kill hole. Oh wow, perfect. Much melee anything that walks through here. There's all sorts of ways you can take that. This was somewhat dangerous, but not really that much, but not that dangerous of an entrance. Nope, I'm not running random tiles. I can turn it on for a while. That's the command. Jian says, become a killer clown. There you go. For Orc 1 and 2, I can leave it on. How about that? Sorcerer. Down you go. Those are like one of the very scariest things that you can find in Orc. Ooh. Saint Roka. Ah, that's what that was. Well, he's going to complicate things a little bit. He's somebody I can deal with through a few different means. I think, curious, what is his, probably resist that. 27, that means you can get him. But we're going to, oh, that sucks though. Okay, we are going to have to, I'm actually going to magic map so I don't go digging like crazy. And now we're going to take the alternate downstairs. Well then. No, that didn't help, that teleport trap. Oh, almost. So close. I'll waste another dig charge now. Actually, sadly, no. Not for the random ones, because the way they draw their tiles is different. Yeah, you cannot use, sadly, because of the way their tile doll is drawn, it uses layers, and that is not compatible with the player tiles. You can turn into Cerebuff or any of the other ones with just fixed tiles, but not the random ones. That would be something that'd be fun to do, though. I would have to do some work on it to allow that to work, but not as of yet. Also, you can't do... you also can't do the classed Draconians and the classed Demon Spawns for basically similar reasons, because the way they overlay their armor is done as this additional doll tile that the option just doesn't have support for. Orc Warlord, damn. This Orc is bringing it. So that I have to handle carefully. They can have things like... Oh, that's a knight. There's the knight. Definitely want to get him dealt with. Not too scared of warriors or anything like that. Now I can Tukima the Warlord, which will sort of help. But it doesn't, if he has a ranged weapon, it's not going to help versus that. For that, I need to confuse. Wow, this section here. It's for real. So the rapier stabs are not nearly as good as dagger, but they're good enough for these lower HP monsters. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, those are actually, you don't even, that's the player species, so let's see, what is the lookup? Oh, okay. That's not it either. Is it 9? Oh, there we go. Demigod. Like there, that's the demigod player species. So you basically can just say the name of the species. Like human, stuff like that. This is the other macro to randomly change it. I can hold this down and it looks like a weird kaleidoscope. Now I'm an Orb Guardian. Some of this functionality is just coming from the random tiles Lua. That's just basically making nice, you know, shortcuts. And some of it is just the option doesn't need like the random tiles Lua stuff. You can just set it directly in the option. It is, yeah, it is an RC thing. If you want the random tiles stuff, see that. But if you want just there's two options. One is like the player species monster option, which you can do, which will make you use the tile of your species, the monster species tile of your species. And then there's a version for tile player tile, which is the general one that lets you set it to arbitrary monsters, and you can set it through that as well. There's a special syntax actually for doing that for tile player tile. I forget what the other one is called. It's like tile player species, but it's in that options guide. But yeah, if you want random tiles, that's the first link, and it's Lua that you can include that allows you to set macros so you don't have to go. You edit your RC once to add it, and then you don't. Every time you want to change, you don't have to edit your RC anymore. And it has a bunch of extra functionality on top of that. Thank you for the follow, someone 4956. Why aren't I called Beam? Why would I be called Beam? Beam is a bot. I'm not a bot. Beam is a bot that I made, true. But that would be like every time somebody wrote software, they had to name the software after themselves. Imagine if every program Linus Torvalds ever wrote was called Linus. Now I just want to avoid confusion. I don't want them to be named the same thing because it makes people think that it's the same software, but it's not. There's actually a Beam library that I use as the common set of library functions that are needed for the shared stuff between them. So they all actually do use a lot of the Beam Python source. They're all using the modules that Beam provides, but they have their own, modules on top of that to do things like support Twitch, or in the case of Sarabot, the version for Discord to support Discord. But yeah, I don't want them to have the same name. Okay, can we Tukima? Yes, we can. Can we confuse? Uh-oh. What's he doing? Shoots a bolt. Ah, yes, so he does have an Arbalist. That is, yep. We are not having any luck with Confuse right now. Okay, so we finally confused him. Unfortunately, he has like his entire army of orcs. Could try some Ice Blast, but Ice Blast is just not going to do much damage, unfortunately. Oh, it's also possibly not going to hit. Yeah, I like how this army keeps growing. I could isolate him, it would be easier, but I can't do that. Oh, he's really not even damaged. This is not going to work. Alright, it's just too many things. Okay. Now all that other stuff is mostly dead. Now we can deal with Mr. Orc Warlord. But it's not all dead. This Orc 1 is nastier than some, You know, could you not be here by any chance? Okay. Stabbity stab, down he goes. We can pass the Turing test. I don't know if I can, I haven't studied. What if you don't study for your Turing test and then you fail it, and then do you get like, do people no longer treat you like a human being? You know, I don't know, I guess the sequel is Turing complete because it has that language. So I guess the answer to that would be yes. It's called Logan's Run. I don't think I've watched that movie fully through. Well, after defeating the final boss of Orc 1 and hearing the final boss music from Final Fantasy IV, we are now ready for Orc 2. I hope. Actually, not fully sure what this vault is. It looks like it might be actually another grunt vault, if I'm not mistaken. The one with all these random little structures in it, and it has possibly Saint Roca in the big one, but we already got Saint Roca, so that would mean that it would have another warlord. Oh god, really? Wow, nice. Really good. All right. Hopefully these stairs will be a little bit more. No, of course not. Why would I even think that? Why would I even think it? All right. This Saint Roca cannot be at literally every staircase. He cannot be at every single one. Okay, so where's that? That's Snorg is up there. This has got to be clear. Yes. Yeah, this is that end vault. Roca is really complicating this. Oh wow, okay. Damn it, stupid warg. Alright, good. We got his weapon is gotten rid of. So now he just has we don't want to go back into Snorg's embrace over here. But of course Snorg is not far behind. There we go. There's some fun there. Just get rid of some of this stuff. Down he goes. Oh boy. Wow. That bolt was real. Okay, so Roka is armed and dangerous with a crossbow. That's what I get for messing around. He didn't like me killing his entourage. We need to get rid of Snorg. Okay, that's a good start. Not gonna move off the stairs if I can't help it. Let's Phantom Mirror him. Real? Oh, that was not a bold. That was not a good play. That's funny. I didn't know that it would copy that. Note to self. Ooh, I wonder if Snorg could maybe do me a favor and oh man, damn it, this sucks. I don't really have a way to hit him now because Ice Blast doesn't have the range. Unless I can confuse him. Oh, that really sucks. Can I hit with Ice Blast? I can. I'm gonna try Immolation again. This is some bold play here. All right, so what's? But Snorg is still not going anywhere. Yep. And he can still hit me. But Snorg is still, he's close. He's so close, but he's just not there. Is he in flame? He is in flame. There's nothing I can do about it, though. Problem is, I just cannot hit him. He's just at the edge of Flos, and that I don't really want to move off stairs because bad things can happen if I do that. And I've already lost a lot of HP. But I would really, really like to finish off these clowns. They keep showing up together, of course. He's not going anywhere. Snorg still has too much HP left. Yeah, I'm just going to go up. It was a good gambit, but we can try again from another staircase. Yes, of course. Okay. So up we go again. Not that one. This is turning into quite the comedy. I could hit a Confuse on Roka. Okay, that might be good. I can't really go too crazy though, and he's not an easy stab. He's not going to stop moving. Okay. We're gonna serpents. We're gonna serpents. Serpent slash. Oh. All right, we got him. We got him. The serpent slash did help. All right, good. We're not going to risk. Yeah, he's going to go berserk. So we're going to rest that off. Okay, so we got rid of Roka. That's great. No more crazy. Yeah, that's immolation. That, I mean, I got some damage off. I killed a bunch of his orcs. It didn't really. It was sort of a convenient stab. I wanted to basically get rid of Snorg and actually isolate Roka later, but as it turned out, I got lucky with 28% confuse, and so took the opportunity to. Some silly antics I was doing with trying to set up a lunge stab, which it did work eventually, but I probably should have just gotten in there and stabbed. And when what I realized is what I should have done is gotten in there, started stabbing. When he moves away, that's when you can use lunge stab. And don't try to set it up initially. Okay. Slash. Down. There goes Snort. Alright. Now the level is much safer. Now there's still probably a Warlord in the main vault. But at least that Warlord does not have Smite and Roka HP. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way, Jink65. How many Jinks are there? We may never know. Always worries me. Jink has a new username every time, and I have to wonder, what are you doing to have to discard these usernames? Why does Jink need 60 different... Nothing mitigates smite damage except for deep dwarf damage shaving. And that's about it. That's all you can do. There was that... No, that's not actually valid. God damn. Every unique on this level, huh? Alright, we got a Roka. It's a risk that she could have Banish and Banish me. Well, Banish is bad, but I'm in bat form, so I can run really well. Paralysis is a scary one. These guys, I'm just gonna stab. That's the main, in this one, so this one has, oh boy. This one has a bunch of structures in it, some of which have shops. There's this is the main one. It has I think it has 2 shops, and then there's one shop in one of the other ones and one shop in a different one. Like this one I think has a shop. So you want to clear out the easy stuff first. Don't do that big one that you saw me with the triple door. Don't do that one until you're ready to take on Warlord or potentially Saint Roka, as well as some sorcerers and high priests. Probably just actually do that and then auto explore. So this was an exciting orc, I have to say. Retraining, dodging. Dodging is modest increase. Food boutique, wow, valuable. Yep, that was one of them. Jeez, is it like seriously every unique? These are pretty easy to confuse, but what happens is they can they slow you. So she's not hard to kill or anything. But seriously, this is the 4th unique. We had Snorg, we had Roka, we had Arolka, and now we have Josephine. sorcerer. Look at that. Plunge stab. There's the other one. Antique weapon shop. What do we got? Glowing dagger. Glowing triple sword. My mind. That would certainly be one approach. Just go full on. Just pick up some armor and say screw stealth. Maybe I'll find Shadow Dragon scales so I can have heavy armor. Hopefully the last two shops will be something impactful. Sword and sorcerer. I can use my sword. I'm a battle mage. This Wraith is not... Oh, she has Dispel. Oh, that's bad. That is not good. I forgot about that. That's a little bit nasty. That means you really want to confuse her, but it's a little tricky with like the Wraith just always in tow. I'm gonna see if I can't track her down and... her Dispel, so Dispel is a really nasty spell, but it has very... Oh, look at this. We got potions. Oh boy, potions of experience. Good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that now, and also other good potions. Biz, haste, powerful, and agility. It's a nice little shop at least. Banned from Twitch. Yeah, that's what I mean, Jink. Why banned? Why are you getting banned from Twitch? What are you doing to get banned from Twitch? Okay, there she is. I want her to... Alright. Down she goes. There we go. She's got a robe we might want to at least check out. Yeah, so her Dispel is like range 5, so I can just turn into a bat and flutter away. It does do quite high damage, so it's good to, like, if you're gonna kite her like that. Remember to stay out of range of that spell. There's going to be a lot of orcs in here. I think they are patrolling in this vault. It's another time when you could potentially use immolation. Let's give it a shot. Nice blast it. Oh, I actually made a mistake here. I didn't really immolate enough of them. That's the problem. Okay, so there is the warlord. Well, he's booming. They are gonna... I do have one last scroll. Can we make it count? Could this be the one? Well, there he goes. Whoa, he closed in on me really fast. Oh, he's not even damaged. I was misreading who is damaged. Well, see ya. Put some distance, and then maybe he already lost me. He's going back into his vault. Well, we killed some things. I don't really have much use for immolation scrolls. They're kind of a novelty that you can use. He's no longer inner flamed. Got a good hit on me though. Alright. So Warlord confuse. Oh, of course there's too many others. Mostly care about him because he has an Arbalist or some other ranged thing that can hit pretty bad. But he's pretty easy to confuse, as you see. Just tuck him back away in his little vault and peel off the other random orcs. Not really getting amazing mileage out of Wu right now. Can we finally do this? Oh, I also didn't... Wow, he hit me really hard with that greatsword. I should have Tukimed him at some point. But I didn't. There's our 10 fighting, 15 dodging. Let's go a little bit more fighting. Actually going to take a point of strength. Okay, let's see what we got. Antique armor. Oh, always like to see a distressingly furry hat. Who wouldn't want one of those? Antique weapon shop. Welp. Let's see what we have for long blades. There is that triple sword. Yep, it's not just furry, it's distressingly furry. Glowing dagger. No quick blade. Well, one thing we can do is tip into Elf 2 as soon as that is a thing. That's going to have to wait until about after we've dived into some layer branches before we're going to be strong enough. Our next stop would actually be to clear through D15. That's the next thing that we'll do. How many books? Spell-wise... Oh, there is Yara. Should probably make use of that. That might do decent enough damage, really. That could be a pretty good option. I don't know what my spell power is with it. Oh, I have... What is Yara? Transmutation, yeah. What else do we have? Petrify. I'm not a big fan of Petrify. Let's take Yara. There is Passage. Passage is quite handy, but I am a bat. So it's rarely true that Passage is actually going to be better than just becoming a bat. So what is yeah, it's terrible spell power, but we could certainly train some transmutations for it and sort of test that out. Tentatively, I will do that. Oh yeah, let's finish searching this. Okay. So there is the triple sword option. I don't love it because I don't really like doing a triple sword with, well, I only have a +0 aptitude. With a tiny bit of cross training, it's going to be an outstanding weapon no matter what the ego is. We could just enchant it. Something like a demon blade would be really solid and a lot more practical if we wanted to do if we wanted to upgrade our melee. Because it would let us keep a shield, and we could also upgrade our shield if we wanted to. What is our aptitude for shields? -1 shield, so 15 is not too hard to get if we wanted to. Do we even have a shield? No, we only have a large shield. That's just way too much. So our only options are really XP intensive triple sword that doesn't give us great defensive options. We can sort of go in for some summons to help us out and use what we have with See how Yara does. I don't know how good that spell actually is. Just as a straight up damage spell, it's probably not amazing. Spire and some Ice Beast can definitely give us a lot of killing power. Hate to fall back on summons again. So this plan to go for Wu, I would like it more if I at least could get a really top tier weapon, and that is sort of the struggle, isn't it? We did acquire weapon, we got a only just somewhat decent melee weapon that's not really strong enough to put us over the top. I could enchant it a bit more, but it's just not going to be that strong. Wu will certainly help, but probably need to be using Wu's abilities a little bit more and getting some of that free melee damage on anything that I can't hex, that is. So maybe it'll be fine. We'll try to sneak our way through. What do we have? We have Spider. That's actually pretty good. Spider is mostly easy to hex stuff. And then we got Shoals. So we'll probably do Spider first. It's just going to be probably Spider's getting mobbed, but we'll see. Maybe something else will drop on the way down to D15. Oh, and what else did we have? The hat. We got to try the hat. I'll just wear ID this one. Well, not useless. What's our other? We didn't have a hat. +2, yeah, we'll probably keep this. This MR that we have right now is nice, at least. If we had evocable invis, that would be just great, but no invis, just the potions. So we can do some levels of Shoals eventually, but we'll do Spider first, I think. Because it's just going to be safer. I guess we got our Potion of Experience, which we should go cheers to Twitch chat and the roguelike community as I drink this fine wine of experience. Without you, we couldn't have this wonderful stream and player base, and I wouldn't have any TVs to watch of people dying in my vaults. So, dedicate this glass of experience to you. Transmutations, is that what I want to train? It wouldn't be too bad. Don't have a shield upgrade. Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, mutation potions as well. Yeah, you can mutate, and as long as oh. Huh. Can you mutate? How does that work? I forget how that works for mutations. The thing doesn't actually say. Can you just always mutate? Is that what it is? I forget, that actually changed, and I forget now. So I'll put this on my list, but I don't actually know. How many Invispots do I have right now? These are pretty good. I'm going to buy these. I'll buy a Jill as well. Haste, that is enough haste for now, but I will buy those later. Just sort of keeping the gold up in case I run into something, since, you know, I'm not going to burn through all this haste immediately, but I very well could use those Invispots for sure. That can be really handy for like trying to stab your way through a rune vault, for instance. Something like that, or just a really nasty level in general. Mutate normally at all times. Yeah, that was what I was thinking was the change. I was trying to remember what it was, and that sounds right. So I can mutate. I don't have enough potions to go too crazy though. 4 is not a lot. I'd prefer to have, like, I don't know. I kind of like to have 5 is the rough number before I consider mutating. I could do it. You can do it with 4, but it's really not that big of a deal. But I'd prefer to maybe have a couple more. So if we pick up a couple more, I will probably try some mutation. All right, so I really got this run out to a slow start. Orc 2 is not that much progress for 5 hours. I could have been, heck, I think Hellmonk would try to have, like, mostly ascended by now. But I really slowed down with some of those explanations and just playing a little bit carefully. But hey, we didn't die. Streak is continuing. If this is a win, which is certainly slated to be, that will be win number 7. And one more after that, we will be back up to the streak personal best. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I will probably stream again this week. Might be on the weekend. Friday's a bit of a slow day, so I might try Saturday, but won't be too long. And I'm going to send you over to Yogi the Monk with a raid. Raid message can be Ganon is a vampire. Bleh. Concern Froge. So please type that message into his chat if you participate in the raid. And thanks for stopping by. I will be seeing you all in a few days. I'll catch you then.